Hello, everybody. My name is Lucas. In November 2020, my brother Mateo contracted COVID-19 like so many of us did. But unlike most of us, he hasn't yet recovered. Mateo is now what is known as a COVID long hauler, a title given to those whose COVID symptoms last more than 3 months. So, yeah. In all this time, he's been documenting his ups, downs, victories, and setbacks through journals, medical records, and love letters to you, the listener. And if he's come to one conclusion, it is that COVID is stupid.
Hello, friends. Mateo here. Throughout the summer of 2025, I invited people to my house to have conversations about life, long COVID, and anything else that came up. These are people who knew me before and stuck with me since. People who have been a tangible part of my recovery story. And for each of them, I'm asking the same 3 questions. How did you find out I was sick? What can you tell me about some of those first times you saw me? And when people later asked, "How's Mateo?" what did you tell them? I'm really excited about this conversation. This person sitting with me, I've known since the mid-90s, and his brain has mystified me ever since. He's one of the smartest and damn near most encyclopedic intellects I have ever had the pleasure of poking until he tells me to stop. And he's also really, really almost embarrassingly kind. And I love him very much. This is my friend James, and I'm damn glad he's here. How did you find out I was sick?
Well, this was June, July of 20. So, no one was, seeing anybody, and we're all constantly on Facebook or Twitter or just constantly refreshing to get updates on what's happening with our people, with the world. And even back then, Mateo, you had not really jumped deeply into the pool of social media.
No, I hadn't.
So I was talking with Jess, and she said, oh, Mateo got COVID. And I'm like, oh, no. And it became apparent that you had gotten sick, and then you had gotten very sick. But, yeah, I remember, just hearing through our wives who, as women are much better at, human interaction than we are.
We did marry up, didn't we?
Yeah. So that's how I heard, is through the women in our lives who took on the burden of actual emotional labor for us.
What can you tell me about some of those first times you saw me?
What I saw was that obviously, there are physical changes. The most important is that your hair is amazing now. I am a cue ball, bald. I mean, you can see Mateo's hair reflecting in my head. But yeah, so there's the obvious physical changes. There were changes to your energy and your ability to control certain things, or to, just to move around a room. And that's, disconcerting. It's, we're all getting older and slower and wider, but it was a very dramatic change. But more importantly, what I saw when we were talking is that you were still you. I saw that hadn't changed. You have gone through something I can't imagine. And you're still you. And I think that, being tested, thrown into a change, you have to fall back on who you truly are. And that it shows you who you truly are. And I have seen you roll with a really, a punch that probably would have laid me out completely. And yeah, do you have a choice in some things, or do you move forward? I mean, you have to move forward, but I mean, like you were a crackling ball of lightning before energy wise, but that's only partly how you move around. It's your brain. You are still 100% Mateo.
When people later asked, "How is Mateo?" what did you tell them?
I told them pretty much what I told you, is that it hit him pretty hard. He has a lot of new challenges. I told them, he has a lot of new challenges. He has to work harder at some things. It takes him longer to get some things done. But the most important thing, and this is what I said, is that like he's still who he was. He's more who he was, because he's got to, like you have to deliberately choose to do things. The fact that, like you fly right in for a hug and that physical contact, and you acknowledge that, like we don't say, "Hey, I love you," to our friends, to our family, nearly as much as we should. You pare away the bullshit. Like, that's important. The time we have is important. The people we have, that's important. And that's what you beeline toward, because the distractions, you have to put them aside. And it's been an inspiration, frankly, to me. It's been a big reminder of what, I'm not going to like look back and say, I really wish I'd done that second load of laundry in the morning instead of the evening. I'm not going to look back on that. I'm going to say that was an opportunity for a hug. And I went for it. That's going to be what I remember.
Beautifully put, James.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you live beautifully as far as I'm concerned.
I'm really glad you were able to be here.
Me too.
I love you and your big, bald, beautiful head. Shine and all.
I love you and your 3 cubic feet of hair.
Oh, you know who else I love? All these people listening right now.
Odds are I love a lot of you too. I'm not going to go 100% in, but yes.
You know what? I'll go 100% for both of us.
That is why I'm here. That's why I love you, Mateo.
I love you all. I see you all. I would hug you all if I could. And I think James will vouch for me on that.
Yes.
Strength and health. COVID is stupid.